What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Laughing Coyote. This is another episode of This Week in Cricket. And by the way, do you like my shirt? You like my shirt, eh? Do you know which superhero this is, by the way? Let me know if you know. I don't think many of you would know this. I don't think, well, okay. Well, let's see. How many of you would know who this is supposed to be? Anyways, this week in cricket, it was quite a dead week in cricket, to be honest. The CPL started, so that should surely liven it up. I mean, it's known as the biggest party in cricket for a reason, so that's going to be fun. A lot of you are asking me whether I would do that on my channel or not. I will, just not right now. I have too much going on right now on the channel, but next week maybe, or maybe the week after that, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I do plan on doing some games, if not all games. So yeah, CPL, that's something to watch. We had the second test. I guess you could call that cricket, whatever happened in that game, but it was a weird one. So Pakistan won the toss, chose to have a bat first. Shan Masood gone for one. Not that great, but it was a really good delivery from Anderson, though. You gotta acknowledge that as well. Shan Masood, though, I don't know. I mean, he scored that 150, and because of that 150, now he's gonna keep playing a lot of games. I hope he becomes a really good player, but so far what I've seen, he doesn't look that great of a player. But hopefully he bounces back and does well in the next game. In the third game, Abdullah, on the other hand, was pretty decent. I mean, he didn't do all that well in the first game, but in this one he got 60, a very patient innings, 54 strike rate, which is very good. Azhar Ali, at least he broke double digits. He got 20, but it was a very hard fought 20, though. You've got to give him that. It was the conditions were such that pretty much, I don't think if it was anybody else they would have survived. You know, he played 85 deliveries, so that's a lot. So considering, you know, like I said, the conditions and the fact that he was not he's still not in form. He only scored 20 runs. It's something, you know. At least he held the wicket, which is what many of our batsmen failed to do. Then came Babar Azam. Babar Azam, as always, classy as ever. 47, though, not too many runs, but like I said, the conditions were such that even, like, I praised the 20, you know, so 47 is, well, more than twice as much as that, so I have to praise the 47 then. He did it with 127 deliveries exactly. Then came Asad Shafiq, gone for 5. Fawad Alam played 4 deliveries. He was caught in front. He's got a very awkward batting style. Chandrapal did it. I know he did it, and he didn't just do it. He did it in style. I mean, that was something incredible. He's to this day is one of the greatest batsmen to have come out of Test batsmen, at least, to have come out of the West Indies. So you can pull it off, but I think you'll have to be as special as Chandrapal was, and I don't think Fawad Alam is as special as him. But who knows? I mean, this is just one game. Let's not judge him on one game. A lot of people are jumping to conclusions just after one innings, you know. I would like to see him be given another chance. I would like to see him in the third test as well. I heard that Shadab Khan will be given a chance instead of him in the third game. I don't know if that's a great move. I still believe we need to work on our batting more than our bowling. Shadab Khan is a spectacular player. Put him into the T20 and ODI squad 100%. I'll back him there. But in the test, I feel like we need one more batsman, and Fawad Alam could be that batsman, but then again, he was gone for 0, so I don't know how much he's contributing. Whereas Shadab Khan scored at least 45 in that one innings, so there's that. Then came out the special Mohammad Rizwan, who has been very good behind the sticks. He made a mistake in this second game, but that's just one mistake. Throughout the first game and the second game, he was very good behind the sticks. And then he was very good. He was even better with the bat. 72 runs of 139 deliveries. He was very patient at first, and when the fall of wicket started, Yasir Shah was just gone for 5. Shaheen was gone for 0. Abbas was gone for 2. Naseem then came out, only faced 10 deliveries. You know, so when he lost his partners, he sort of accelerated it a bit, and he talked about how he's working on learning how to bat with the tailenders. He's working with Yunus Khan and Misbah. Obviously, those are the two legends in the coaching staff that Pakistan has at the moment. But his 72 of 139 is very valuable. quite easily one of the best innings I've seen in a very long time. In those conditions, that is just amazing. Like, if I'm going to say 20 is good in that condition, yeah, 72 obviously is much better. Now, I'm praising the 72 a lot more than Abdulli's 60, because Abdulli's 60 was before all the rain and all that happened. The 72 was after all that. So the conditions, I'm not saying Abdulli's 60 is nothing. That's a great innings as well. And those conditions were suiting the pace bowlers as well. But Mohammad Rizwan, when he was batting, the conditions had worsened by like 10 times for the batsmen, and they got a lot better for the bowlers. That was the reason why Dom Best didn't even get to bowl one delivery in that whole game, because it was just such good conditions for the pace bowlers. So that 60 is very, very impressive. That 20 I said is then even more impressive because the conditions got worse. Babar Azam 47 is exceptional because the conditions just kept getting worse and worse and worse as the days went by. The weather just didn't want to get better. And then Mohammad Rizwan, obviously, pick of the players, amazing innings. I hope to see him continue this form in the next game as well. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, 3 wickets for Jimmy Anderson. Love to see him back. There were a lot of talks about him retiring and how he's not doing all that well. Even I said it, but I was just reporting the news. I wasn't, it wasn't my opinion. It was just me letting you know that that's what people are saying. But he got 3 wickets in that game. He was very economical. He was a bit unlucky in this one as well. Just same as last game, he was a bit unlucky here as well. And he got a bit frustrated here as well. But why wouldn't you? When every other delivery is, it's getting nicked and it's going away for 4, you're going to get frustrated because there's really nothing you can do about that. There's no fields that you can place. Your line is great. You're swinging the ball. You're doing everything right, but you're still giving up runs. So that is very frustrating. Then you've got Stuart Broad. It's Stuart Broad. I mean, he's at the moment the best bowler England has. He got 4 wickets. He always gets wickets. Always. He's very reliable. He's very good. I like him a lot. He's got a bit of pace as well. Not that much pace, but more than Jimmy. And I like it when, because Jimmy gets that swing. He swings it from the moment the ball leaves his hand, the ball is moving in a certain direction. Whereas Broad is a bit different. The ball goes straight, it lands on the seam, and then it nips off the seam. And that's very dangerous, for me at least. That's why I like Broad a little more than Anderson. Curtin was great. He got a wicket. He was getting the ball to shape back into the right-handers, which is very dangerous from any lefty. Wokes was okay. He wasn't that great, but he got a wicket as well. But yeah, we got very few overs, in the whole 5 days. But then came the Englishman, and Rory Burns was gone on the 4th delivery from Shaheen Shah. That was quite a delivery as well. And he nicked it before that as well, so he never looked comfortable. And like I said, the conditions were such that no one would have really survived. I say that, but then we move forward to Sibley, who got 32 of 95. Then you move forward to Crawley, who got 53 of 99. So then you're like, well, okay, they did something with it. So the conditions weren't that bad. But still, Abbas, Shaheen, Naseem, Yasir Shah, I mean, these are top quality bowlers, like up there, and to have those bowlers bowl to you in those sort of conditions, it is very impressive. Zach getting 53 and Sibley getting 32, particularly Sibley because he opened, so... Although Crawley came out just on the 5th delivery, so you could say Crawley sort of opened as well. He was out there in the first over, so, but yeah, those 2 are spectacular. A lot of people were saying, is there even any point in playing on the 5th day? Because it's the 5th day, it's the end of the game, and it's still just the first innings. So, no, as a result, no, because it's going to be a draw regardless. But for players like Sibley and players like Crawley and players like Pope, although Pope got out for... by the way, Pope's wicket, that was really good. Rizwan came up to Yasir Shah and said, I don't know what he said, but I can only assume that he noticed something about Oli Pope, and he was like, why don't you try and bowl here? And the next, the second delivery after he said that or something like that, they trapped him straight in front of the wicket and got him out. So that was good. Rizwan, he was actually the captain for KPK in the Qaid-e-Azam Cup or something. It's like a cup tournament thing that they do in Pakistan. And so, yeah, he captained that. So he is very experienced with captaincy and picking up on little things like that with Pope, which is very good to see. Sarfaraz was like that too. I've seen Sarfaraz talk to his bowler so many times and get wickets like that. He was very smart. That's one of the reasons why I like Sarfaraz. And Rizwan looks the same way as well. And if Rizwan is the player that we're going to go forward with, he's going to be our first choice wicketkeeper, then he needs to be smart, and he, like I said, he is smart. He got Yasir Shah's wicket. So that was spectacular to watch. But anyways, the game, like I said, for players like Sibley, Crawley, and Pope, these are very young players. Yeah, if you're going to bat on the 5th day and it's the first inning still, obviously it doesn't matter to the teams because, like I said, it's going to be a draw regardless. But to players like them, they're not going to get another chance like this. These are very young players. They're in the beginning of their careers. So to have a match where you just have the freedom to do whatever you want because there is no pressure on you. There is no end goal. The goal is just to bat. And that's it. It's pretty much like you in the nets, except you've got a really good quality bowlers bowling at you, and they want your wicket. The bowlers, because it's not just them wanting to improve their record. The bowlers bowling also want to improve their record. So it's basically like net practice, but harder because everybody's giving it their best. So there's not that much pressure is what I'm saying, and they'll never get another chance. Well, not that many chances in their career where they'll have no pressure on them. There's no goal. You just bat. That's the only goal. Just bat, So that's a great opportunity for them, a great experience for them. And Crawley got a 50 in it. So that's fantastic for him. So that's one of the things that, I was like, yeah, I mean, sure, as a for the overall match, it doesn't matter that they're batting. But for them, it matters. It's quite an experience for them. They're going to remember this forever. But, yeah, that was that game. Ended in a draw. By the way, the delivery from Azhar Ali, that was amazing. That was like Jimmy Anderson in his prime. It was a fantastic delivery. And when Joe Root saw that, Joe Root was like, all right, mate, he's going to get a wicket here, and that's going to be embarrassing. So before that happens, let's declare it. I'm sure that's not what it went through his mind, but I like to think that. Anyways, Joe Root called it the day because you have the choice to do that on the 5th day if the game is not going to go anywhere, which this wasn't. So they were like, all right, we're just, we'll just call it a day. And we'll rest up and come back on Friday again for the 3rd test. I recorded the 3rd test, by the way, for the basement cricket already, so I'm going to be working on that, and hopefully, but on the day of the actual test, I will release it. Hopefully we don't get any rain in the 3rd test either. But yeah, that was that test. That was quite crap. Now let's talk about how we can... Some of the things people talked about, how it could be improved. I mean, they're like, we missed so many... overs in that game, and that's just crap. Like, you don't want that, Test is a 5-day game, and I think we got like 2.5 days worth of cricket. Well, actually, maybe less than 2 actually, because some of the days on which we did play, we only played like 2 overs or something, or like 5 overs. So and to be honest, I do see a solution to it. You can extend the hours. I mean, the pink ball, the whole purpose of the pink ball is to extend the hours to play when the light is a bit low. Now, Misbah Haq raised a very good point, by the way. He was asked about the pink ball, and he said that yes, the pink ball is visible at night, but the visibility of the pink ball then sort of... It's not too visible during the day. Because it's pink, yeah, it's bright and it shows up during the night, but during the day it's then the opposite. The visibility lowers. So I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. And obviously he's played cricket professionally, so he knows it way better than I do. So I'm like, all right, sure, I'll take your word for it. Just one question. Why not use the red ball during the day and the pink during the night? Simple solution. Like, you change the balls all the time, don't you? You change, like, you don't... it's such a simple solution, but I don't understand why they just have to make it so difficult in cricket all the time. There's such a simple solution to it. Play with the red ball during the day, play with the pink when it's, after 5 or whatever. Just set a time, after the sun. such a simple solution, but you know, it is what it is. There are stadiums with roofs. Many people said that Australia had many stadiums with roofs on it. So that's something they could look on, but that's, you know, that's a future investment and a big one as well. So that's something we can't look at right now. Something that we can do for the third test. That's what I was thinking about. And I was like, well, the pink ball, you know, use the red during the day, pink at night, extend the hours. That's a perfect solution to me, at least. But yeah, the weather has not been that great either. So there's only so much you can do when, you know, nature is against you. When nature doesn't want you to play. But there are some things you can do, and I would like to see them try. Let's not make excuses, you know, like, oh, you can't see the pink ball during the day. Well, then use the red ball during the day. Anyways, but I would like to see some sort of a change, you know, because Test cricket, particularly in England, is very fun to watch, and it's fun to watch because of that weather, because of those conditions. So, you know, let's not... Test cricket is dying already, so let's not, you know, make it even worse than it is already. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, oh, MS Dhoni retired, by the way. It was very, it was surreal. It was like, because I've seen MS Dhoni throughout my career, you know. I've seen great legends like Wasim Akram, Waqar Younis. You know, these guys were, to a Pakistani, these are like up there, you know. But I was like 7-8 years old when they retired, you know, so I didn't really care that much. I mean, I knew, and to this day, Waqar Younis is my all-time favorite bowler, but I was a little kid, I hadn't seen them that much, so it wasn't that big of an impact. MS Dhoni was one of those players who I saw from the very first day till the very last day, and so to hear him retiring, it was a weird one. It was, and then someone like him as well, as much as he has achieved, the only captain ever to win all the ICC trophies, the World Cup, the T20 World Cup, and the Champions Trophy. He was a spectacular wicketkeeper and an amazing finisher of the game. Trust me, as a Pakistani, I have, I know, but, yeah, he will definitely be missed. I would very much be looking forward to seeing him in the IPL. I think he retired just from international cricket, so he's still going to be playing for Chennai in the IPL, which is coming up in a month. So I'll be very much looking forward to seeing him there, which is going to be amazing. Yeah, that was Suresh Raina was another player who retired. I think the only batsman in India to have scored 100 in all formats. I'm not entirely sure, or maybe the first. I think it might be the first Indian player to score 100 in all three formats. Fourth overall, by the way, I found out. So fourth out of all the nations. First was Chris Gayle to get 100 in all three formats. Fourth out of all the players. I think second was Brendan McCullum. Third, I don't know who third is. I don't remember who third is. But fourth, I think, is Suresh Raina. First for India, obviously. So he retired as well. Again, I'm hopeful to see him in the IPL. It's going to be fun to watch them play. And yeah. But yeah, let me know what do you think. How can we improve the test conditions? You know, not the conditions, but like the game. You know, if the conditions are bad as they were, how do you agree with me? Like, just extend the hours, use red ball during the day, use the pink during the night. The roofs is obviously a much better, you know, solution, a much more permanent solution. But like I said, that's one for the future. That's something we cannot do right now. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Do let me know what you think about that. And yeah, there's not much this week, so that's all for this week in cricket, I guess. It was like I said, it was a dead week. It's gonna liven up next week, though. Like I said, the CPL is going on, so that's gonna be fantastic. Also, I'm gonna be doing a new series because it's August. It's the Independence Month for Pakistan and India. I'm gonna be doing something special for Pakistan and India soon, once I finish the T20 World Cup. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do drop a like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and do consider becoming a channel member if you can. You do that by hitting that join button right next to the subscribe button, or you can use the link in the description to become a channel member as well. Thank you to everyone who has become a channel member already, and thank you for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, have a nice